Hi everyone, and welcome to your practice. We're going to begin in a seated position. Palms can be faced up or face down, resting on the knees, and we'll gently close the eyes. We're going to begin by centering ourselves with an Ujjayi breath. This is a slight constriction in the back of the throat, offering a focal point somewhere our mind can go to relax a little deeper in each pose. Once we begin, we'll inhale for a count of 4 and exhale for a count of 4. So making sure our sit bones are rooted into the earth, our spine is extended long, and our crown is pressing towards the sky. We'll take a breath on your own. And when you're ready, we'll inhale for a count of 4 and exhale for a count of 4. We'll do that twice more. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, and exhale, 2, 3, 4. Once more, and exhale. And take one more round on your own. Gently blink the eyes open. We'll inhale the arms above the head, and exhale, left hand comes down, right arm extends over the head, coming into a side body stretch. You can come down onto the forearm or elbow for a deeper stretch. Breathing into the right side body. On your next inhale, we'll sweep the right arm in front of us, coming into the other side. So left arm is extended over the head now. Again, option to come down to the elbow for a deeper stretch. Just feeling the rib cage expand. And when you're ready, we'll sweep the left arm now in front of us. We're going to come into a child's pose next. So knees can either be together or apart. Our toes will touch and we'll come to sit back on our heels. Extend the arms forward and rest the forehead on the earth. Feeling the stretch in the back side body. Just take one deep breath here. Know that you can come back to this posture at any time throughout today's practice. And when you're ready, we'll inhale and come into a tabletop position. So making sure our shoulders are stacked above the wrists, hips are stacked above the knees. We'll find a neutral spine here. So pulling the belly to the spine, we're pressing through the hands. Find length in the neck by slightly tucking the chin. And on your next inhale, we'll begin to draw the tailbone towards the sky, dropping the belly. Press through the hands as you lift the gaze. Chest comes forward. And as you exhale, tucking the tailbone under, pulling the belly towards the spine, and tucking the chin into the chest. We'll move through this just a few times, so matching movement to breath, going at your own pace here. And you can even rock the hips side to side, finding any circular motion, just whatever your body is calling for today. We'll be here for one more breath. We'll find a neutral spine now. So place the hands, just one handprint in front of you. We're going to tuck the toes under, lift the knees, engaging the core, and send the hips to the sky for our first down dog. I'm pedaling out the feet, bending one knee and then the other. Spreading the fingers wide and pressing evenly through the hands and fingers, we're going to focus on engaging our hasta bandhas here, our hand locks. So rolling the upper arm bones out and twisting the hands like jar lids. Make sure you're sliding the shoulders down the back, opening the chest, and just breathe here. We'll take 2 more full deep breaths here. On your next inhale, we're going to slowly step, walk, or hop the feet up to the top of the mat and come into a forward fold. So bend the knees as much as you need to here. Our feet are about hip width distance apart. Just feeling the stretch in the calves and the hamstrings. You can nod the head yes or no. Just release any tension that you have in the head or the neck. Let it hang as heavy as possible. On your next inhale, we'll come into a halfway lift. So walking the hands to the shins or thighs, engaging the core slightly, our neck is long. Exhale, release back into the forward fold. And hands will grab opposite elbows, so coming into a ragdoll. Again, just hanging heavy here. And inhale, come back into a half lift. Exhale for a full breath. And then on your next inhale, we'll slowly come up to standing. And settling into Tadasana here, or mountain pose. So our feet are about hip width distance apart. We're grounding through all 4 corners of the feet. Soften the knees and roll the tail towards the heels, pulling belly to spine. We'll roll the shoulders up and back, opening the chest. Inhale, stand tall, breathing space into the body. And as you exhale, feel yourself grounded into the pose. We'll inhale, arms rise above the head, get as long as you can here. And as you exhale, hands will clasp behind the back, pulling shoulder blades down and away. We're going to open the chest, take a deep breath here. And when you're ready, we'll exhale and release back to center. Hands can come to the hips as we step the right toes back about 3 feet from the top of the mat. Our feet are facing forward, kind of like they're on railroad tracks, and our hips are squared to the front of the mat. We're setting up for pyramid pose here, so engage the core and slowly hinge at the hips to fold forward. Option to bring the hands to heart center, or if you'd like a deeper hamstring stretch, you can fold over the left leg and place the hands to the earth. Slightly bend the knee, and we'll be here for about 2 more breaths. Now, if you took that fold forward, on your next inhale, we'll press through the front foot and come to a flat back position. Exhale, hands come to hips, and as you inhale, engage the core, press through the front foot and come back to standing. We'll pivot the back foot to face the long edge of the mat now, setting up for Trikonasana or triangle pose. We'll inhale, float the arms out to the side, making sure our shoulders and hips are squared to the long edge of the mat. As you inhale, reach over the front leg and hinge from the hips. As you exhale, bring the left arm down, the right arm up, and stack the shoulders. Gaze can be up if it's comfortable for your neck, and we'll hold here for a breath. When you're ready, bringing the gaze down, we'll inhale, press through the feet, engaging the core, and lift the torso back up to standing. Arms will come out to the side. As you pivot the left foot to face the long edge of the mat now, hands can come to the hips. And we'll set up for 5 pointed star here. So inhale, arms above the head, full body stretch, take up as much space as you can. And exhale, float the arms down parallel with the mat. We'll turn the right toes out now to face the back of the mat. And inhale, reaching over the right leg now, coming into triangle on the other side. We'll hold here for another breath. And when you're ready to come up, press through the feet, engage the core, and lift the torso back up to standing. We'll set up for pyramid now on the opposite side. So turning both feet to face the back of your mat now. Feet are about hip width distance apart. We'll inhale to find length in the spine. And as you exhale, hinge at the hips and fold over the right leg. Remember, hand can come to the leg, earth, or heart center. We'll breathe here for 2 more breaths. And on your next inhale, we'll come to a halfway lift. Walk the hands to face the long edge of your mat now. So we're setting up for wide-legged forward fold. So toes are pointed slightly inward. Bend the knees as much as you need to here. This is a pretty intense stretch. And your hands can rest on the shins, thighs, or on the mat. You want to think of bringing your head toward the floor rather than curling into the knees. We'll take one more deep breath here. When you're ready, we'll engage the thighs to come up to a halfway lift. And as you exhale, engage the core, hands come to the hips. And on your next inhale, we'll rise to standing. We'll put a bend in the back leg to step it up to meet the front. And then you can just take a quarter turn to the front of your mat. Meeting in Tadasana. We'll inhale, the arms rise above the head. And as you exhale, take a forward fold. We'll inhale for a half lift, long spine. And as you exhale, plant the hands down and step it back into a downward facing dog. So just feeling the difference here from when we first started our practice. Maybe you find a little more space in the back of the legs. Take a breath here. When you're ready, knees will come to the earth. And we'll send the hips back to the heels for a child pose. So arms can be extended out long, or they can rest by the sides for a more restorative child's pose. So just giving the shoulders a break. And just take one deep breath here, allowing all the tension to slide off of the back into the earth, releasing the jaw. When you're ready, we'll come back up and swing the legs around us to set up for bound angle or Baddha Konasana. So soles of the feet are facing each other, and our heels can be as close or as far away from the hips as you need them to be. We'll inhale to find length in the spine and come out of the rib cage. And as you exhale, press the chest forward, hinging from the hips. You might round the upper spine by relaxing the head, keeping the chest pulled toward the feet. Find a comfortable edge here and just breathe deep. When you're ready, we'll pull the belly to the spine as you inhale to rise. We'll walk the feet to the outer edges of the mat and just sway the knees from side to side, getting the blood flowing back into the lower spine. Hands will come to the knees now as you slowly roll down onto your back. So setting up for knee to chest pose, we'll feel the spinal column imprint into the earth and just sway the knees side to side, just giving yourself a little sacral massage. Maybe you take the knees in one direction, and just making sure to go the opposite direction. We'll exhale to relax and find stillness here. Keeping the right knee hugged into the chest, we'll extend the left leg long to meet the earth. Coming into half knee to chest or Ardha Pavana Muktasana. Inhaling, extending through the left heel, and exhaling, pulling the right knee to the upper right chest. Release any tension in the legs and allow the arms to do the work here. Just taking a few deep breaths in this pose. Allow the belly to fully extend, getting a nice massage from the right thigh. And when you're ready, we'll take the left hand and draw the right knee across the chest. So stacking the hips here, we're coming into a supine spinal twist. The right arm falls out to the side. Inhale, feeling the length of your spine, and as you exhale, feel the twist. Breathe deeply here. It's okay if you feel any pops or cracks, just releasing any tension that's built up in the spine. Hug the knee back into the chest. And let it fall out to the side, coming into a supine tree. So hands can rest to the belly or to the sides. Just allowing the hip to open up here. And take one more deep breath. When you're ready, the right knee will come back to center and extend the right leg long. We'll hug the left knee into the chest now. So extending through the right heel, pulling the left knee to the upper left chest. This pose is great for digestion, just recirculating the blood throughout the colon. And just breathe deep here. When you're ready, we'll pull the left knee across the chest now, so stacking the hips vertically, allowing the left arm to fall out to the side, gaze can follow. Breathing space into the spine. Just allowing the body to fully relax in these last few poses. On your next inhale, we'll hug the left knee back into the chest. And let it fall out to the side for a supine tree. Again, we can rest one hand on the heart and one hand on the belly. Just close the eyes here, taking in a few more deep breaths before we set up for our final pose. When you're ready, release the left leg long now. We'll inhale the arms above the head for a full body stretch. And as you exhale, allow the arms to fall out to the side, palms can face up. Just make any last adjustments here. So maybe you pick up the head, maybe you wiggle the shoulders apart. We're coming into our final resting pose, Shavasana. So allow the body to get heavy here. Again, you can tap into that Ujjayi breath to focus the mind a little better here. And as you feel the weight of your body, feel your bones resting on top of your flesh. Notice the presence of gravity beneath you, feeling subtle pressure where your flesh meets the earth. Allow any tension to dissolve into the mat, relaxing the jaw, softening the muscles in the face. Breath and sensation live in the present moment. This is real time, so be here now. Begin to lengthen the breath, and I'll let you know when it's time to come back. Begin to bring awareness back into the body now. Maybe wiggling the fingers and toes, allowing for any subtle movement. Come back into the space around you. You can hug the knees back into the chest, falling to one side and pushing yourself up, or you can rock up and down the mat. I'll meet you in a seated position. Once you come back into Sukhasana, or easy seat, allow the eyes to close or the gaze to be low. We'll inhale the arms above the head, and as you exhale, our hands will come to heart center, Anjali Mudra. Thank yourself for showing up today, and just find a moment of gratitude here. The light in me sees, honors, and recognizes the light in each and every one of you. I thank you so much for showing up today and for showing your support. It means the world to me. Namaste.